girl City J, and I am back with another video. You guys know when you see me this quarter, you know I'm doing another story time. So this story time is going to be about how I found out I was getting cheated on. But before we do go ahead and jump right into the story time, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Also turn on your post notification bell so that way you can be updated for when I do post. I'm not going to make this intro long because it's not necessary. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, y'all. So like I said in the intro, I'm basically going to be doing a story time on how I found out I was getting cheated on. So a little backstory. I met my ex-boyfriend on POF when I was 18 and he was 25. You guys know around that time POF was jumping, and I was on their board or whatever, just trying to find, somebody to link with or, get to, just to talk to or whatever. So he just happened to message me, which was perfect. So then we started talking, and honestly, we connected instantly. Like, the chemistry was there. He was so nice, so polite. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Even throughout the 7 years of us being together, he still stayed the same way. But every relationship has their issues. So that's besides the point. So at this point, we were together for almost a year, which I want to say 9 months to be exact, before I found out. So everything was going great. Before all this happened, before I found out, we were going on dates. He was buying me this, he was buying me that. Being a typical boyfriend. So I'm all excited, telling my friends about it, how I met an older guy. Listen, y'all, I was skipping school and everything. Let me tell you what I used to do, right? So I used to literally, when I used to get on the bus in the morning, my mom didn't take us to the bus stop. I used to get off the bus when I got to school, and he'll be waiting for me around the corner. And then I would get off the bus and run to his car, and we would go to his house. So y'all know, I know this is kind of off topic or whatever, but I just wanted to tell you guys a little backstory. So he would take me to the house. We do whatever we do. He buy me food, and we just chill for the day. And then when school was over, he would take me back to the bus stop, and I get on the bus and then go home. But that was sometimes. Sometimes he would just take me straight home, because at my school, once you wasn't there at all day, sometimes they won't let you on the bus because you weren't there all day. So that's besides the point. Okay, so I remember it like it was yesterday, y'all. So I remember it like shit was just crazy. So I was in church at the time. I was going to Potential Church. Shout out to y'all, period. And I was sitting in church, and it was a normal day. Like, we said good morning to each other. Everything was great. We had a conversation. And I wish I had this text messages, y'all. When I tell you, holding a whole conversation through church, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I got something to tell you. So I'm thinking it's like, I'm thinking he got to tell me like something. Like, you're not thinking too much of it, because now at this point, like I said, we done been together for 9 months, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. So then I'm asking him like, oh, so what do you have to tell me? Like, you cheated on me, or you found somebody else, or blase blase, just naive to the situation. So he's like, no, that's not it. And he was like, oh, I want to talk to you in person. So I'm like, all right, cool. So at this time, I couldn't have boys over or whatever, so I had to wait for my mom to leave to have him over. And it was just so perfect how my mom was going to work after church. So our church service ended, I want to say 12. My mom was going to work like around 3. So after church ended and we went home, my mom went to work at 3. He ended up coming over like around 8, and we were having a conversation. So he didn't want to tell me. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, why you don't want to tell me? So I'm trying to get him to tell me. So we talking, and he's still beating around the bush, y'all. Like, he would not tell me what was up. So I'm asking him like, did you cheat on me? Like, what's going on? Like, is there somebody else? Do you not want to like fuck with me no more, whatever? He was like, no, that's not it. So he was like, so I know how niggas be. They start off with the, I care about you, right? And I was never really trying to do anything to deliberately hurt you or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I know that or whatever. So And mind y'all, when you're younger, whatever, you're not used to a lot of shit. If I knew what I knew now at 26, them niggas couldn't play with me at all. But me being dumb and in love, this is my first older nigga, I'm falling for this shit. So he's like, all right. So he was like, he finally tells me, y'all, and he's like, I have a girlfriend. I'm like, you have a girlfriend? I'm like, what you mean you have a girlfriend? He was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend. And I was like, okay. So it got real quiet because now I'm thinking like, damn, how was he able to have a whole nother girlfriend outside of us being together for 9 months, y'all? Come to find out, him and his girl have been together for 5 years prior to us. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how? Like, how did I miss that? And he would just say, like, what he told me, because I don't even know the whole backstory behind this, but what he told me was she was doing her own thing. And he ended up finding out. So he ended up joining POF, and that's when he found me. And then, since I didn't really ask no questions or check phones, and because I do remember faintly, I remember one time I did have his phone in my hand, and like I tried to go through it or whatever, and he grabbed it. But me, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking he like, oh well, nah, I don't want to go through it for just some odd reason. I wasn't thinking nothing of him cheating on me. So he was like, yeah, we've been together for 5 years, and she was cheating on me, whatever. So I ended up getting on POF. So yeah, now the room just got silent. My heart dropped because I'm like, damn, like how was I so blind to see that? How did he have so much time to be with me? And I'm telling you, he was at my house 24/7. If I had a witness, if I could have my sister sit right here and tell you guys, he was at my house 24/7 for, I'm talking about from the time I got from school, because at the time I was still young, so I wasn't working. At the time I left school, and I left school like around, I want to say the latest 3:30. When I got home, he was there from 3:30 to 12, right before my mom got home. And so I never understood how he was able to do what he did. But you know how men are. They live double lives without us knowing. Not saying women ain't slicker, because listen, we a little bit slicker, but that's besides the point. And so yeah, so then y'all, he has the audacity to fucking cry. He has the audacity to fucking cry. He was like, I never meant to hurt you. I was just, I don't know, like, I didn't think it was gonna go this far. Bitch, we're not at this point. We're 9 months in. We're 9 months in. What do you mean? You didn't think it was like, you didn't think to tell me when we first started talking? Even if you didn't tell me the first time we started talking, you ain't think to tell me 3 months in? Like, so at this point I'm hurt, but I can't get over the fact that when he leaves me, he's going home to her. Like, I couldn't get over that. So he ended up telling me or whatever, and when he told me, he was crying or whatever. I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. And he was like, would you ever be able to forgive me and stuff like that? And I'm like, I don't think I can. But what was crazy, it didn't really matter because I already was going off to school to St. Petersburg. So to be honest, it didn't matter, but then it did matter because I knew I was gonna meet people when I went to St. Petersburg. So I was just like, okay, maybe this is like a blessing in disguise for me to meet who I'm supposed to be with. Still thinking dumb, I'm 18, y'all. So then I was like, I can't stand to be around you like right now. I need you to leave. So he's begging me to like stay or whatever. And I'm just like, I can't. Like, how can you look at somebody who you've been with for almost a year and you're sleeping, mind you, because at that time I was just freshly not being a virgin, like, if that makes sense. That's a whole nother story time. That's a whole nother story time. But I'm just like, that's just crazy. So he was like, all right. So he ended up leaving or whatever. And I want to say, like, I tried to make it work. as the days went by, but I just could not get over the fact that you were sleeping with me and you were sleeping with her, and you were taking me, like, when you would like leave me, you going with her, and it was just a lot of thoughts going through my head, and I couldn't look at him the same. Like how in love I was with him at first, I couldn't look at him like that no more. So what happened was, I want to say maybe a month prior to me leaving to go off to college, I ended up just ending it. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. We ended up breaking up or whatever. But y'all, this is just the beginning stages of our relationship. We was together for a whole 7 years after that, because him and the girl ended up breaking up. So him and the girl ended up breaking up, and she ended up getting a whole new boyfriend. But at the time, so once they ended up breaking up, and he ended up reaching out to me when I came back from school, and I was at school for like 4 years. But that's a whole nother story time. I'll tell y'all that if y'all want to hear it. But y'all, that's pretty much, I knew it wasn't going to be an exciting video, because it's the fact that he told me, so I didn't have to go snooping around or find messages and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that was pretty much the story time, you guys. Hopefully you guys like this story time and find it intriguing, even though it's not really intriguing. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. And I want to thank you guys so much for supporting me, for subscribing, for just doing what y'all do. And I'm on the road to 1K, and from there it's gonna only get better. So peace out, y'all.